You got him? Thank you very much. Okay. Sheema enjoyed success in the Sheema Classic courtesy of Rebels Romance. Winning jockey William Yergin, winning trainer Charlie Appleby alongside. We spoke to you, Charlie, on Thursday morning. You were hoping to bring the right darts to the races, and you have done so.
Yeah, it was our last. It was our last road of the darts. But look, it's a horse that it just showed the strength and depth of the race. Obviously, he's won 4 Group 1s going into it, and we're a 20-to-1 shot on the books there. But we were happy and confident that the horse was in as good a place as we've had him. Obviously, we, as I said, had a bit of a bumpy road there last year, but we, got him to Kempton, knew that the horse had gained a lot of confidence, went to Qatar. Everyone would say, it was a great ride by William, and it was. But more importantly, we could see that the horse himself was back to where we wanted him to be, especially coming into obviously an evening like this evening. And again, full credit to all the team. Mark was riding him, and like I say, he's travelled back to the UK after Qatar and back out here again. So there's a big logistical team there to organise stuff like that. So, but going out there tonight, we were confident the horse was in a good place. William had his, had a plan, which I asked him not to tell me. And then, needless to say, it was to go forward. And once William was in that position where he was down the back stretch there, I was confident the horse was going to be given the best chance to run his best race. And William knows his track so well, and he knows the horse so well, and all the fractions were right, and it was a great performance. And I'm just delighted for, most importantly, his highness Sheikh Mohammed, but more as well as all of the team in Godolphin, and he's a homebred by another son of Dubai.
And how much significance does that have? The fact he's a homebred, the fact it's Dubai World Cup, it's one of the feature races, and that his highness is here as well.
Oh, for sure. I mean, this whole meeting, or night, it's a huge, as we've seen now, space in the racing calendar there that everybody will aim for. Most importantly ourselves, we come out here in November, we campaign during the carnival, but we're always trying to work back from this evening. So therefore, you've got to look after these horses, because you can soon get drawn into maybe having one race too many. But to participate on a night like tonight, as we said earlier, we had a smaller team than usual, but we felt that we had collected chosen the right team to be competitive. But this night tonight, it's been amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm more relaxed now we've had a winner, but to see the international horses and the strength and depth of these races getting stronger and stronger every year, it makes our lives harder, but it's what you want to achieve when you want to hopefully be dining at the top table.
And Will, what was that plan, and did you manage to execute it as you wanted?
Yeah, it was. Look, he showed in Qatar when he won last time that although he got extremely easy fractions in Qatar in front, he showed that he can still perform from the front or close to it. So he's a horse who's got a big stride, and he likes to get in his rhythm. And obviously, I sort of said to Charlie what I was thinking before, and then he was thinking the same thing. So I did tell him my plan, and he agreed. So it was. I think in many ways, as long as he jumped well and he was in a comfort zone from where we were drawing 11, we wanted to get across and get someone near the action, and we got a lovely toll through the race from the leader. So there were even fractions, but they were there. They suited us, and he looked fantastic before the race, and he felt amazing. So he was. We knew when he won in Qatar, he was somewhere near back to his best, and I think today he's confirmed.
And were you aware, you sat on the back of Pond Lonsdale, were you aware just how far stretched out the field were behind you?
Well, I was surprised when I just glanced at the replay when I went back into the jockey's room. Because I suppose that's the measure of Rebels Romance. He was in his comfort zone, going very easily. So to get a head start like that at that part of the race is obviously crucial.
And what next, Charlie, for Rebels Romance?
Well, to be brutally honest, like I say, we had sort of toyed with going to Hong Kong for the Champions Challenge, which I mentioned earlier. Because of this, we came here as realists, that we knew the strength and depth of the race, and had you told me, the horse was going to go and win by 3 lengths, I'd have quite happy, taken the result there and then. But this horse has got the got the world at his feet there now, and the horses he's campaigned against there and beaten fair and square. And yeah, the race was ran to suit us. We were in the right position, but as William quite rightly said there, he was in the comfort zone, and those horses, some of them may not have been in that comfort zone, so therefore that's why they were dropping off that lead a bit. But I think we just will enjoy today, and he'll, as I said, he's shipped to Qatar and he's shipped back out here, so he deserves a bit of a rest when he gets back, and we'll enjoy the moment and regroup, as I would say.
Okay, any questions from the floor before we finish? We'll get you a microphone, Marcus.
Hi, well done, Will. Charlie said about how this horse lost his confidence a bit when he had the little mishap in North America, but sort of gained it again through this sort of dropping him in grade and going to Kempton and giving him that. From a jockey's point of view, how do you sort of feel that confidence coming back in those scenarios?
Well, I think, I suppose you look at, today, obviously like Charlie said, these races on World Cup night now are, every single race is a championship race, so you need a good horse that can perform at his best, and you need margins to go your way. But I think sort of the 3 runs he's had this winter, obviously starting at Kempton, Qatar and here, I think when he won at Kempton, it was the start of his comeback, if you like. He gave me a feel that day, and he did it hands and heels, and he felt like he was, really enjoying it. Obviously, it's hard to predict what's going to happen in the future, but we knew that he was, touch wood and everything going well with him. He was back, and again he stepped up again in Qatar, and here he is today. So I think from Charlie's and the team's point of view, I think it's been a very well mapped out campaign and a very good training performance.
And Charlie, you spoke very openly about how last year you didn't have the strength in the 3-year-olds and the older horses, and in a rebuilding phase. How much is a win like this a fillip to you with the European season ahead of us and the rest of the year, obviously?
Yeah, huge. I mean, like I say, more importantly, to have a winner on World Cup night. The focus is, I'm not saying it's on us, but it's our home ground, and we've campaigned during the winter successfully. So coming into tonight, the not the pressure, but you want to be able to showcase your horses on the stage that we're on, especially, like I say, on our home territory. So that was a great result for all of us. Going forward, we're not going to change. We're still one horse is not going to change us, but we're still rebuilding. But we're pleased to have a horse like Rebels Romance back to where he was, and he's going to be a horse that's going to be hopefully one of the flag bearers of the season. And but I'm pleased with the whole team that's ran tonight, to be honest with you. As I said, we came in here, we felt that we chose the right horse to be competitive, and they've all been competitive. The fillies ran a binder, and Siskin, he does what he does, and he always runs a solid race, and more importantly, measured time. I was delighted with that run, who, obviously being a half-brother to Rebels Romance, one can only hope that as this horse matures and strengthens and does all the right things, that, he's going to be a horse that's going to be, again, one of the team that's going to be competing around the world as one of our international horses at the top table.
Good, so I know the World Cup's nearly upon us, so we'll say many thanks to Charlie and to Will.
Thanks very much.
Winning connections on the Sheema Classic.
Well done, thank you.
Charlie, nice one.